Good morning. How you guys doing? This is good old Grandmaster Evan here. And it is 4:16 a.m. And it is March 12th. It's Tuesday, and well, I'm up early, like always, sometimes, and with a nice cup of coffee. Um, I was involved in a red table last night, and there were many questions, good good talking points, and I would I've always had this one question for a while, and it's been there. That question, the question has been there, and my question is, what happened to true and real journalism? Real, real journalism. I want to give an example of Walter Cronkite, David Brinkley, um, Ted Koppel, um, Peter Jennings. I'm not going to mention Mike Wallace. Mike Wallace is a dick. Dan Rather, he did the reporting during the Vietnam War. Walter Cronkite did reporting during World War II and the JFK assassination. He was there to report that Kennedy died, and it was a heavy weighted. It's like when Walter Cronkite reported that Kennedy died, it was like this big weight went on to the was put on the soldiers of every American that year, that day. And now that weight is back on the shoulders of every American because we have a president that's doing what is right. But we have now networks and newspapers owned and controlled by corporations. Because to some corporations, there's money in owning a network. Like ABC, Disney owns ABC. They own ESPN. They own Marvel. They own Star Wars. They own all kinds of shit. Now they're gonna own Fox Studios. That's been around for a long time. Now companies like Westinghouse um, owned NBC. Three major corporations own a majority of the media. Okay. Now it's no longer journalism no more. My good buddy Tin Man says it's a kind of a WWE type scripted bullshit, and um, it is what it is. It's no longer news. Journalism has died. Okay, journalism has died a long time ago. It's been dead for nearly 30 years. Okay, journalism has been dead for 30 years. Okay, it's no longer, oh, we got to report the story. We got to report the facts. No. It's now to the media now. It's time to report stories we think you deserve. We think what you want. Not what you want. It's what we think what you want. Well, what you need. And it's mostly scripted. It's it's kind of like a WWE kind of thing. Eric Bischoff, who wrote the book, controversy creates cash. Okay, the media, the media, they take their shit from the WWE. Okay, it's all scripted bullshit. That's what it is. Yeah, I'm a wrestling fan, but even I know it's scripted bullshit. And but it's a huge. I mean, you have independent sites like Snopes that produces fake shit, stupid shit. You get Vox, who also does the same fucking thing. Vice, I thought Vice was pretty good. Vice is now a piece of shit now. I mean, yeah, Breitbart. Hey, on my phone, I'll be honest. I'm gonna be very honest. I have Breitbart on my phone. That's Breitbart. This is Breitbart. Okay, that's what I have. I also have this is RT. Okay, this is RT. That's RT. Okay, and this is also One American News. One American News Network. That's OANN. And I also have Sputnik. And I also have Geek App. The Geek App. This is the app that Google keeps booting. Because the Geek App is a tech news. It's tech news. And I go to those because I can't go to CNN. I can't go to MSNBC because they're fake news. I can't go to NBC. I can't go to ABC News. I can't go to CBS because they're all producing stupid fucking shit. The media has died. Okay, the media has died. You can't trust the New York Times. You can't trust the Washington Post. You can't trust the LA Times. You can't trust the Fresno Bee. Well, you can if you want to. You can't trust any newspaper. Most networks and newspapers are all can't produce any factual shit. You may trust your local news, but not because major media is dead. Been dead for a long time. People are now going to the alternative media. That's right, the alternative media like Breitbart, like One American News Network. RT has always told the truth. RT has told the truth quite a bit. That's why I like RT. So the thing is, nowadays, if you don't trust the mainstream media here in the U.S., you're not an American. You're not really a true American. You're not a no. Fox News has come out swinging big time. Okay, they went after. I mean, they went after RT, but RT always told the truth because for was it 3-4 straight years they've been listed as the number one truth telling network here in the United States, RT America. because you got to understand, you can't trust CNN. Okay, what happened to CNN? For years, they're the top three networks: Fox, MSNBC, sometimes at number two or number three. Then there's CNN and number two and number three, because those two were fighting for number two and number three spots. Now you got Fox at number one, MSNBC at number two, but where's CNN? Way down here, down the very bottom. Because how can you say, if you're CNN and you say you're the most trusted news in the country, how come you're not in the top 5 or top 10? But instead, you're in the bottom, the very bottom. Well, two, Fox and MSNBC are at number 1 and 2, and you're at number 23. If you say you're the most trusted news and most trusted network of news, see, that's a lie. See, if I own CNN, okay, for example, I've said this before and I'll say it again. See, I had no problem saying it again. I would fire the guy at the top who works for me, Jeff Zucker. I would fire his bald ass, his fucking bald-headed ass. He's fired. I would fire Don Lemon. I would fire Chris Cuomo. I would fire Wolf Blitzer, Bernd Stetler, everybody. I would put like on the memo every day, every time. The memo is no fake news. No longer fake news is not allowed in this network. No fake news. You tell the fucking truth. There's no bias. There's no bullshit. We're going to stick to what the people want. Not what we want, what they want to see and hear. They want the truth. There won't be no ambush journalism. There's going to be true journalism to the T. Not none of this fake it till you make it bullshit. We're going to do some true journalistic shit, and the letters CNN will no longer be allowed. It will be Anonymous Liberty Media, ALM. That's how I put it. ALM, Anonymous Liberty Media. The People's News. And we're going to stick to no scripts, no nothing. We're going to do it from the heart. Not none of this fake crap. We're not going to bring in these same panels that we've had before. No. We're going to do it by the book, by the Constitution, by what from the heart. We're not going to bring in any of this biased panel bullshit. We would bring in constitutional panel. Open discussion, no bullshit. And we're going to be the center point of liberty, of news. Okay, we're not going to lie. We're going to fact, true facts, not none of this fake crap that CNN has done. That's how I would run my network. But the thing is, you got to understand that you have the small guy, the little guys doing the heavy load. You know, you have the Next News Network with Gary Frenchie, who's taking that spot over that was held over by Alex Jones. Alex Jones has been deployed from that shit. You know, you have Tim Pool, one of my favorites. And then you have AMTV with Christopher Green. No, but he's been doing this for a good 12, 13 years. Been since the first day of YouTube's been around. And Mark Dice, the guy does this. The guy uses his laptop computer. He uses a laptop. I'm using a tablet. Okay, the guy has millions and millions of subscribers, and his videos are getting millions and millions of views. Okay, no bullshit, no more, no less. Big time, big time. And now, if you look at it like this, what happened to real journalism? Yeah, it's now dead. It's now dead. So when you for example, okay, for example here. Now let's go with RT here. RT. Okay. Okay, the latest. Okay. From scaremongering to direct threats, U.S. intel may be denied to countries that buy Chinese 5G. Okay. Now, here's the story. Okay, Germany can forget about getting as much intelligence from U.S. spooks as it currently does if it allows Chinese telecoms to build a 5G infrastructure. A letter from the American ambassador in Berlin has reportedly warned. Washington is continuing to twist the arms of its European allies to discourage economic cooperations with its biggest geopolitical rival, China. According to Wall Street Journal, U.S. Ambassador Richard A. Grenell sent a letter to the German economy minister, which said that Berlin should discriminate against Chinese companies like Huawei, who is a cell phone company, makes phones and shit. And when selecting providers for the 5G equipment, it upgrades its network. Also on RT, Beijing called on Chinese firms not to be silent lambs, valve protection amid Huawei probe. And during the warning may result in U.S. downgrading its intelligence sharing cooperation with Germany, a letter dated last Friday said, Friday, intelligence agencies like the NSA are an essential source of information for their German counterparts, which operate under stricter regulations in relation to spying, especially domestically. Washington considers Chinese companies to be a potential threat, pursuing that any equipment and software provided by them could potentially be used by Beijing to spy on other nations. Huawei and ZTE already faces restrictions on American domestic market, while U.S. officials are learning on other nations, including China, from a lucrative upgrade of wireless infrastructures to 5G standard. Okay. Read more. Germany won't ban Huawei and ready to oppose U.S. pressure. Economic Minister. Commenting on the report, Chinese Foreign Ministry Speaker Liu Kang said Washington should accept the fact that other countries may take strategic decisions independently as their right, which is it is true. Beijing sees U.S. attacks on Chinese telecom giants are baseless, scaremongering, and a not so subtle way to undermine the competitor through political leverage and legal attacks. Now, Berlin said said that the U.S. failed to provide any evidence that Chinese products could pose a security threat, adding it was willing to use them as long as they complied with Germany's recently reviewed cybersecurity standards. American officials said a backdoor may be snaked through a software upgrade and that the Germans would be able to detect it, concerning the complex and sheer volume of the code. The Americans will sure assume that everything we shared with Germany will end up with the Chinese. A senior U.S. Department official said, describing the American positions to the Wall Street Journal. Also on RT, U.S. advised Italy to steer clear of Chinese New Silk Road because it is a national security issue. The U.S., which currently engaged in trade war against China, is getting used to framing its opposition to Chinese economic expansion as a national security issue. Just last week, the Italian government received a rebuke from a senior U.S. security official for saying it would discuss with Beijing possible participation in Chinese Belt and Road Initiative, a major infrastructure project intended to improve links between the country and its major suppliers and the markets. See, if you're a country, whether you're an ally or a foe, if you have a right to choose, it's your legal right. Another country cannot tell you what to do, because in actuality, factuality, that the U.S. has been intimidating countries for years, because they scaremongering countries for decades and shit, because of technology, because of certain mineral and resource. I mean, we have no right to take anybody else's resource, and they use, oh, it's national security. We need a resource. No, you don't. No, you don't. It's like we're oil hungry. We're oil hungry. We're hungry for oil. We're hungry for oil. No, if another country has oil, we have no right to that. Okay. If the country is making bank on their own oil, leave them alone. Like Vietnam, like Venezuela, that also has a rich oil base. The Middle East is heavily huge in oil. And any country that has oil, oh, we gotta get it good. We gotta get that. How? We need to do a false flag attack, set up attack to get the oil. But let's pretend it's a intervention, but that's just a ruse to get behind the lines and take the oil. We'll create a pipeline. No, 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 no. And there's another story. This is from RT2. Violation of what? Users puzzled by Facebook's banning on sharing zero hedge links. That's a one. Users complained that Facebook blocked their attempt to share stories published by the popular anti-establishment blog Zero Hedge, citing the violations of community standards, abusive content, and error among sessions. Over the weekend, we were surprised to learn that some readers are prevented by Facebook in an attempt to share Zero Hedge articles. The publication wrote on Monday, calling the publication practice an arbitrary act of censorship. According to blog, virtually attempt every attempt to share or merely mention an article, including the private messages, will be actively blocked, placed on Facebook with the explanation that content breaches the social network community standards. Survey says bullshit. Some users also on social media reported experiencing problems while trying to share Zero Hedge's stories on Facebook. Um, Gubatron on Twitter. I can confirm this really sucks. These guys are really making a case for a decentralized social network nobody and everybody owns. Social network standard protocol are necessary to make this happen. Which is smart stupid though. Scott Wilburn. When I tried to share the article on this article on Facebook, didn't share. Facebook has outright banned all posting of Zero Hedge links. Right-wing commentator and host Paul Joseph Walson has tweeted. Paul Joseph Walson at Prison Planet. Facebook has outright banned all posting of Zero Hedge links. One of the biggest non-corporate owned news websites on the internet, and a frequent critic of Facebook power. Zero Hedge said that it didn't receive the notice from the tech giant, and an attempt to reach out Facebook have so far remained unanswered. The publication noted that some of the content may have been flagged by triggered readers. It also suggested that the Silicon Valley-based company may have decided to pull the plug on Zero Hedge as retribution for publishing stories critical of Facebook. So it means is if you're a critic of Facebook, nobody will be allowed to share your posting with anybody else. Bloomberg, which covered the story, said the social network didn't immediately respond to a comment request. Mark Zuckerberg's company has come under fire from right-wing groups and public figures who accuse it of liberal bias and censoring conservatives. Last week, Facebook effectively banned controversial radio host Alex Jones and InfoWars, citing hate speech. Look, I'm a conservative, okay? I'm a libertarian conservative on Facebook. I've been critical of Mark Zuckerberg for years. I've been a critic of this motherfucker for years, of how he screwed people over for control of the social network platform. Yeah, true. It has a lot to offer, but also it has a liberal bias and bullshit censoring of conservatives. That motherfucker needs to be brought up in charges of bullshit. In a similar fashion, company suspended several prominent left-leaning anti-establishment pages, including groups tracking police brutality in the United States. Last month, Facebook, without a prior notice, promptly blocked 4 pages of millions of subscribers run by Mafik Media, including in the Now, for supposedly concealing the fact that they were particularly funded by Russia. That page has been since been unblocked. Launched in 2009, Zero Hedge is an anonymous anti-establishment blog. Its author published articles under the pen name Tyler Durden, referred to a character from the novel Fight Club by Patrick Palahniuk. The image of Durden, portrayed by Brad Pitt in the 1999 Hollywood adaptation classic, served as a blog's logo of social media. Okay, look at U.S. News. Facebook briefly take down Elizabeth Warren's ad on breaking up Facebook. Oh, yeah. Now, this would be a very now a phony WWE style posturing CNN boss branded hypocrite as calling Fox News a propaganda network. Really? Huh? Chester Manning off to jail. Metro Media would care if this was Russia. Now here's one. Here's from Breitbart. Donald Trump, seductive socialism would send country down the tubes in a decade or less. True. Let's find another story here. See here. Now, journalism is dead, man. It has been dead for a long time. Let's see here. CNN's Jim Acosta pushes Charlottesville hoax at White House briefings. CNN continued Monday to push the false claim that President Donald Trump referred to neo-Nazis as very fine people in his remark about the Charlotte riot 2 years ago. The network's White House correspondent Jim Acosta asked White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders, "Will the president use a rhetoric after the Charlottesville saying that there are very fine people on both sides in Charlotte, essentially suggesting that there are very fine people in Nazis, which that's not what he meant." What it's saying is that there are fine people on both sides, but on both sides there are bad apples. There are bad apples that will stir shit to get the liberal mainstream media riled up and ask false questions, don't base opinions and shit. Sanders responded that is not all what the president was saying. She could have added that Trump could have condemned the neo-Nazis sometimes. Well, again, she could have added that. Well, he did several times during the press conference, and used very fine people, especially to refer to people who were there to protest, take down the statue of Robert E. Lee. CNN analysis, April Ryan, also presented in the briefing room, repeated Acosta's false statement and asked if he for us, because I don't remember it, condemned. Now, here's a problem with that. The president has condemned this shit, and they wanted to. They keep wanting him to condemn it to make sure that oh, look, if the president says it one time, I condemn this damn violence. It's bullshit. One time, that's all it needs to be said. One fucking time, not to be said again and again and again. Like Kim Hart was forced to apologize multiple times for what he tweeted over a decade ago. And Don Lemon of CNN says Kevin Hart has to apologize for what motherfucker. Kevin Hart apologized multiple times, but it seems that it's not enough. He has to keep apologizing and shit. But she herself reported it in 2017. She tweeted, ex-KKK leader Jim Duke has meltdown after Trump condemns white supremacists in Charlotte. She tweeted it. Not content was merely recited the lie. CNN host have attempted to give the video backing using a deceptive editing of Trump's remarks at the time. See, it's always editing to make it look good. Okay, it's about money and ratings. Oh, I'm sorry, CNN. Where are you at again? Oh yeah, 23. On February 25th, as Breitbart reported, Chris Cuomo played the clip of the neo-Nazi marching in Charlottesville. They immediately cut to Trump saying at the press conference, and you have some very bad people in that group. But you also have people that were very fine on people on both sides. On Friday, March 8th, Anderson Cooper attempted to rebut Trump's claims that Democrats, being anti-Jewish, recited the list of statements that Trump's critics have attempted to use to accuse him of anti-Semitism. Washington Post Eugene Scott later provided the similar analysis like Cuomo, Cooper, Bill, following Trump making a fine people statement. Now, these are false statements. They are edited. Okay, networks like MSNBC networks always edit, and the president has to go back and say, "Look, fake news again are a bunch of dumb motherfuckers. Fake news is bullshit, man." The networks have to edit things to make themselves look good. Okay, but here's the thing. This isn't news no more. The media has been dead for nearly 30 years, okay? Nearly 30 years, okay? CNN in the past, when they were interviewing Wayne LaPierre, okay, a spokesperson from NRA, who saw through their shit, says, this is false reporting, this is fake news, it's bullshit. The president was the first person to put it this way. Wayne LaPierre of the NRA said the same thing. This is false reporting. This is bullshit. But what's funny is that they say, well, they always say, our sources say, it's like every scene's like, our sources say, as repeated over and over again. Our sources say, like, what source? You have no source. You're making it up. You're not doing what you were taught in journalism school. Once you leave journalism school and you're hired at a media, a newspaper or a network, local or national, you are told to go by the script. CNN appears to have a policy of deliberately disregarding what the president actually said in Charlotte, and reporting that he did not say, even editing video deceptively created a false reality. Breitbart News has reached out to CNN for comment. And it is bullshit. It is bullshit. Here's another one here. let's see here. Report YouTube alters search algorithm to deter Captain Marvel critics. Really? Talib, Islamophobia is very much among the Democratic Party. Well, yeah, because you're causing it, you fucking cunt. Ilhan Omar claims President Trump lying about Venezuela crisis. Really? Fuck you. Polls show 61% of Generation Z have favorable view on socialism. You might want to think again on that. Let's get to that, okay? Shall we? 61% of Gen Z have favorable views on socialism. Young Americans are more likely to embrace socialism than past generations, according to a poll published by Axios on Monday. According to a poll conducted by Harris Poll, 61% of Generation Z American ages 18 to 24 have a positive reaction to the word socialism. That's compared to 50% of Gen Z who have a positive reaction to the word capitalism. Among all Americans, 39% are well disposed toward socialism. Axios reported why it matters the word socialism does not carry the same stigmata it did in the past. Now that it has been resurrected by celebrity politicians like Bernie Sanders and AOC, young people's political views often change as they grow older, but often supporters of socialism politics is a sign that the old rules of politics changing fast. Ocasio-Cortez, a former Sanders organizer, ran and won the Democratic Socialist platform in her district. However, older generations have less positive views on socialism. Millennials, defined ages of 25 to 34, viewed socialism positively at 51%. Positive views dropped dramatically among the Gen Xers. Defined age between 35 and 44, 38% had positive views on socialism. The age of 45 and up were even less positive about socialism, with numbers going into the 20s. According to Harris, Generation Z millennials are predicted to make up 37% of the electorate in 2020. Harris also took the top voting issue of each generation. The top three voted issues for Gen Z were mass shootings, racial equality, and immigration policies and treatment of immigrants. For millennials, it was access to health care, global warming, climate change, and mass shootings. For Gen X, my generation, the top issue were health care, terrorism, national security, and national debt. The same issues of baby boomers and older generations. The poll were conducted between February 21st and 25th among 2,000 and over 2,000 adults. Now, I have a 19-year-old son who's a Gen Z, and he would probably not be being favorable of socialism and shit. Here you go, another one here. Twitter suspends reporter after learning the code joke after CEO admits action too aggressive. That story was done by Charlie Nash of Breitbart. Twitter suspended Daily Caller Chuck Ross for 12 hours on Sunday after he posted "Learn the Code." My Twitter account was suspended for 12 hours after sending this tweet, which was clearly a joke about the popular meme and John Hickenlooper's comment declared Ross after the temporary ban. I thought that Jack acknowledged to Joe Rogan that Twitter was too aggressive in banning people over this. Just last week, CEO Jack Dorsey, aka Neutered and Dumb, admitted on Joe Rogan Experience on Twitter was probably way too aggressive for banning users who posted learn the code in response of recently laid off journalists. However, the social network continued to sanction users for making the comment. Washington Examiner contributor Tyler Grant, who also recently suspended temporarily for posting learn the code. Though Grant was reportedly not using the phrase to mock any particular individual, and instead using it in the context of a debate about the universal basic income, automation, and the technological displacement of jobs, he was still sanctioned by the social network. The Daily Caller editor-in-chief Jeffrey Ingersoll was also locked out of his account in February. John Levine tweeted, at G. Ingersoll was certainly not part of any organized 4chan harassment campaign, but he was out of his Twitter all the same for tweeting learn the code. He's back now, but it happens to ordinary people. Or also reported by Breitbart News. Lucas Nolan also shortly after. Remember, a left-wing journalist or laid off Twitter users, meaning who conservative, tweeted at journalists to learn the code. And some advice by many left-wingers publications gave the coal miners and laborer who found themselves out of a job. In January, Twitter claimed posting learn the code in light of the many laid off counted as targeting harassment, which is not true. And it is dying, man. You know, it is it is. I mean, it is a insane thing. I mean, the media is dead. It's been dying for almost 30 years. So, I mean, you can't trust CNN, you can't trust MSNBC, you cannot trust NBC News, you can't trust ABC News or CBS News, for a matter of fact. I haven't watched CNN News in like a long fucking time. I refuse to. I used to watch CNN. I thought at one time I thought they were okay. They're pretty good, except when they cut the mic of a veteran back in 2012, 7 years ago, and it was during the 2012 election. CNN cut the mic of a veteran who was speaking the truth. And it made me change my mind on that network. It would even cut the mic of people that report and tell the truth. Whether you're a commentator or a guest or one of your own, the mic and the live feed is cut, and they get that. Oh, it looks like we have technical difficulty. Bullshit. No. They cut the mic. They cut the live feed of the people that they are interviewing because they're telling the truth. They don't like what they hear. The feed's cut. Whether it's a audio visual feed, anything, it's cut. Oh, it seems like we have a technical a difficulty. Bullshit. Okay, bullshit. Um, I look. I like the news. Okay, I like the news. I get it from the a alternative source. And Snopes, you can't trust Snopes. Snopes is Snopes don't report anything good. Okay, it's like a internet version of CNN. Fake news, biased bullshit. Um, I I just I just think that Snopes need to be put out of business. Okay, they're not real journalists. They're not reporting anything factual. It's all fake news shit. Um, I did a video. There was a report that the illegitimate son of Bill Clinton died. Died. Oh man. I was like, oh man, they got him now. Man, they killed Bill Clinton's son. What the fuck, dude? Um, because the guy was telling the truth, and he went on Alex Jones and told the truth. Look, I mean, if you look it up, he looks just like his dad, man. He looks like Bill Clinton. He looks like a black Bill Clinton. Because Bill Clinton was frequently Bill Clinton alleged prostitute as governor of Arkansas. Okay, Bill Clinton has 5 black grandchildren. Okay, grandchildren. Um, Hillary refuses to allow him to see his dad. Okay. I think that if there's somebody with a conscience and a good heart to take Danny Williams' case and prove to the world that Bill Clinton has a son, a illegitimate son, um, who would take this straight to. I mean, he would need a lawyer that would do this pro bono and really fight. I think the lawyer that could probably do it for him is the lawyer that's helped suing for on behalf of the covenanting students, and really fight to prove that Bill Clinton is his dad. Because somebody from Bill Clinton's inner circle put out this fake document saying that there's a blood test done and Bill Clinton is not the father of Danny Williams. Bullshit. If you look at the picture of both when they're young, spitting fucking image. Bill Clinton loved prostitutes, man. And Chelsea and his daughter. Chelsea is not the daughter of Bill Clinton. He's that's his stepdaughter. That's his stepdaughter. Her dad is Wilter Hubble. Wilter Hubble is the father of Chelsea Clinton, not Bill Clinton. Because she has a round face like Wilter Hubble. Her face is like her dad's, round and shit. But she has mostly of her mother's features and shit. There's not one feature of Bill Clinton on that woman's face. Okay, no features at all. Um, Danny Williams looks like Bill Clinton. Okay, no bullshit. Um, it's just that the media will do anything to cover up for a dumbass motherfucker like Bill Clinton. Okay, that motherfucker has STDs, man, STDs and shit. And I mean, how many kids does Bill Clinton have that are illegitimate and shit? I mean, LBJ, Lyndon B. Johnson had 5 illegitimate children. Well, Lyndon B. Johnson had 5 illegitimate children while in office. Where are they now? Where are they now? I mean, if they're if they're alive today, where are they now? They'll be in their 50s. Right. They'll be in their 50s or 60s. Around in their 50s and shit. I mean, you gotta ask the question. I mean, Bill Clinton must have more illegitimate children because he's known to frequent prostitutes and shit. And I mean, the guy is a sick motherfucker. Has he knocked up any young woman at the Orgy Island belonging to Jeffrey Epstein? Is there any young lady that's that they got pregnant by Bill Clinton? There are. Where are they? Because the media is really protecting this sick motherfucker. You know what I mean? It's just that it is a very stupid thing what they're doing. See, media has been dead. Like I said, has been dead for a long time. But they're trying to portray themselves as news. Really, it's not really news. It's more of a WWE style of entertainment. It's no longer news. Okay. Once you leave journalism school, it's like leaving the police academy and going to and having all that shit in your fucking head. Um, it's like leaving the police academy and going to the department. That's how journalism school is. You leave journalism school, that's the police academy. Going to a network is like going to a police department. You're transitioning from student to a actual journalist, but some have gone the independent route, the alternative media route, because what they've learned from the mainstream media, it's all fake. They fake it as they make it. Because, for example, Martha Stewart had a program on TV a few years ago. She had a young journalist, a young lady who was a journalist, and she was told that she had to fake it till she made it. That pissed off. That pissed off. That pissed off Martha Stewart. Big time, big time. No bullshit, no more, no less. Okay? This was, it would piss anybody off if you heard that. Why fake it? Be yourself. Is this why you went to school to be a journalist? Just to fake it till you make it? It's like having a fake orgasm and not get fucked. Well, let me rephrase it. It's like faking an orgasm and not get fucked. Do you understand? Fake it till you make it. That is a fucking poor excuse of a journalist who went from journalism school to the big time. All of a sudden, you're told to fake it till you make it. It's basically pretending to have an orgasm and not get fucked. I mean, I believe in true journalism. That means you go against all odds. You go against the grain and do your job. You go out, you investigate the story, talk to sources, talk to people. Don't go on TV saying that, oh, anonymous sources, like, who's your sources? That term has been used for years. Who is your fucking anonymous sources? Okay, one guy exposed. He was he was a military guy who was a guest on a CNN program, and he brought it up. He brought it up, and it got so bad that the woman that was hosting the program blew up in his face because she didn't like where he was taking this, and she was like sweating bullets, and all of a sudden, holy crap, she blew up in the guy's face because he was like, well, if you say, who are they? Who are these sources? Okay, if they're anonymous, as you said they are. Who are they? Where are they? I mean, you can't keep saying it because what if this went to court? Okay, and it got really bad that look, subpoena the sources. Sorry, can't. They're anonymous. It's like having a fake confidential informant, a CI, a fake CI. That's an answer to the media. Our anonymous sources say, most people say, who are these people? Who are the most people? Who are these anonymous sources? Now, the most stupid program on CNN is reliable sources. Okay, that's a dumb that's a good name, but it's a dumb name for a program on that network for a guy who looks like a vagina when he smiles. His face looks like a vagina with teeth. Yeah, I'm talking about Brian fucking Stetler, aka Mr. Smiling Vagina with Teeth. And the guy cannot back up. Okay, the guy cannot back up his shit. Okay, I mean, Ted Koppel really owned Brian Stetler, and he told him to his face, look, without Donald Trump, your network will be down the tubes. You can't do it without Donald Trump. Okay, And I mean, I mean, he's telling the truth. And Ted Koppel is a veteran journalist who's done this for decades, and and he's retired. Okay, he's retired. Most of the guys are retired, but still make an appearance from time to time. And Brian Stetler got triggered by that. I mean, if any of you motherfuckers that get triggered by anything that's truthful and honest, grow a fucking spine, okay? If you're triggered or offended by something, you are a piece of shit, okay? You're a pussy who cannot stand the truth. Anything that's truth, oh my god, it's oh my god, you would freak the fuck out. You would basically freak the fuck out. Now, when you watch news, whether it's CBS, ABC, NBC, CNN, or MSNBC, then Fox, you kind of want to have a like screen here, like, and compare who's telling the truth. And out of those, you got one network, Fox News, that's totally opposite of the other networks, because the other networks are basically following the same script, and it is insane because you ask the question, oh, I can't do this because, and even if you tell the truth, like for example, Soledad O'Brien, she was a big defender of CNN, big defender. I liked her, um, but she constantly gets owned every fucking time. There were people that in networks they consider you that um, in their terms you're past your prime. If all of a sudden you start to no longer drink the Kool Aid, follow the script, you would be um, what was that? Oh, 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 what was her name? Let me see here. I'm gonna see here. I get to here. Let me see here. What was her name? Ed Schultz. He used to work for MSNBC. Let's see who else was it. Trying to find it here somewhere. Who was it that she used to work for MSNBC, and um, she used to work for MSNBC. She had like braids in hair, like let's see her. They're dogs and shit. So who was it? Trying to find her. Well, she got fired. She was being replaced by Joy Reid. Joy Reid. Um, Joy Reid is a another version of. She's a black version of Brooke Baldwin, and but if in their terms in the media world, you outlive your usefulness. In their terms, you outlive your usefulness on the network, and you. I mean, you pretty much outlive your usefulness on the network because they feel that you're not fulfilling your obligation of following the script, continue the narrative of disinformation. Um, but Sultan O'Brien, she was like she followed the script like as she was told, or she had to find another job, which she did. Um, Amber Lyons, who worked for CNN, she was the um, a she went around the world and reported on certain things, and she reported on a story that she was reporting on a story, but was told that she couldn't do it because a country a a, a military country paid CNN International or CNN to not do the story. They paid the network not to do it. They caught on to the story and the person who was doing it, and CNN will not do it because they're paid. They're paid uh, not to have it done. This was a cover up. But Amber Lyons left CNN because she blew the whistle on what they were doing. They were censoring a story that was dealing in with corruption and shit like that. And it was like, dude, no, it's that. But a lot of people that were towards the end of their career in the networks start to realize that they're being replaced by somebody else who would do a better job of following the script, play along, play ball, or find another job. But if you're a female journalist reporter, you would go through a lot of fucked up shit. Okay, a lot of fucked up shit. Um, Matt Lauer got fired. Charlie Rose got fired. Bill O'Reilly got fired. Bill Ayers got fired. Then he died. A lot of men in this world of journalism and media and news run all this. It's a man's world. If you're a woman, it can be very, very tough. And you gotta be tough yourself to take no shit from nobody. even a man. You have to be tougher and take no shit. See through the bullshit and have no fear, but to push back, fight. Look, journalism is a dog eat dog world, like any other job. If you choose to go the independent alternative route or have your own publication online and have your own little publication to challenge the big dogs in the media department and in the news industry, you would have the better doing it as an independent, because by doing that, yeah, you would scare the shit out of the big dogs in the media, because you would be this um because you're producing, you're out there busting your ass, you're out there. I mean, whether you're a man or male, female reporter or journalist, if you take the alternative route, you would pretty much scare the shit out of the big dogs of the news industry. And it would scare the shit out of the big dogs of the mainstream media, especially the liberal media like CNN and MSNBC. I mean, any of these cable news, dinosaur legacy media fuckers, you would scare the shit out of them. Okay, Infowars has done that before being deplatformed. Infowars would produce millions and millions of views on the videos. Mark Dice is doing it, and I mean, he's gone after Brian Sitler many times. Okay, the Next News Network is taking the reins from Infowars because Infowars was deplatformed. Okay, because the pressure from the mainstream media, the cable news, the the dinosaur legacy media, putting pressure on these platforms because it's they are afraid of competition. They don't like competition. Okay, it's either them or nobody else. But it's a doggy dog world. The alternative media, the rise of alternative media has scared the shit out of the legacy media. Big time, pig time, no more, no less, straight up, no bullshit. The rise of the alternative media, the Drudge Report, okay? Hillary Clinton went after the Drudge Report, okay? Matt Drudge, because he was producing the truth. 25 years of straight up, no bullshit, no nonsense guy that reported the facts, okay, of Bill Clinton cheating on his wife. And she knew about it. But yet she still protected his fucking ass. And when that was released, holy shit, it's time to attack. Hillary sent out her attack dogs. But did Matt Drudge budge? Fuck no. Fuck no. Okay? She even went after uh, Judicial Watch. Did they budge? Fuck no. Because nobody is afraid of Hillary Clinton. Okay? Nobody is afraid of her. Hillary Clinton wants people to fear her. Nobody fears this old fucking cunt. Okay? Nobody fears her. She may laugh, but nobody fears this old cunt. Okay? Nobody. Nobody. This cunt needs to be put down in prison. They need to be put in prison. Okay? Big time. What I mean put down, I mean arrested, charged, tried, convicted, sentenced to prison time for a long time. But if not, God will do his work for us. Um, the deep state is terrified. That is the fact of deep state. Now, here's another fact here. We have three freshman Democrat congresswomen. All talk, no action. All bark, no bite. All talk, no walk. They may act tough, talk tough, but actually, they are fucking stupid. Fucking stupid. But I give those three, say 2 out of 3 would lose re-election. Lose re-election. I'm saying more that Ilhan Omar will would lose re-election. She's gone. I would see either Talib or AOC being the second cunt gun, losing her re-election, or maybe all three would lose their election and be tossed. Out goes the socialism bullshit. Now, do I think that the Green New Deal would pass Trump's desk? No, because he could veto it. He could veto it. He could veto the bill. Won't sign it. Won't pass it. Okay. This guy is a hard nut to crack. Simple as that. But journalism is now dead. It's been dead for a long time, but the alternative independent media is running wild. It has the mainstream media, the deep state media scared shitless because how can you produce fake news when the alternative media is coming out with the truth here? I mean, yeah, there's times that Infowars has done the same thing. Infowars has scared the crap out of CNN, and you can still get Infowars online and also on BitChute and Bullhorn because it's a huge, huge. And if you look at the General Shepard channel on YouTube, I tell you what, Infowars ain't dead. It ain't going away. Even though there's times that I do disagree with Alex Jones, that dude has balls, man. He has balls. And then understand why the guy won't go away. Apple booted him. Facebook booted him. So did Twitter and YouTube. But he's back. And he ain't going away. He will not go quietly. Okay. The guy may be nuts, but he ain't going away. He ain't going away. You know? The dinosaur media, the legacy media is running scared, man. I tell you, running scared. As for me, I'm just a guy in a t-shirt, pajamas, and a red ball cap, man. Telling it like it is. If you have any questions, you could email me at agentgrimlock76 at ssdemail.ch and agentgrimlock_. 1776 at protonmail.com. Again, Agent Grimlock underscore 1776 at protonmail.com. And again, Agent Grimlock 76 at ssdemail.ch. If you have any questions, or if you want to correspond, both emails is encrypted, and any comments, go to the emails or comment below. Again, I will again say that the addresses is one is agentgrimlock76 at ssdemail.ch and agentgrimlock underscore 1776 at protonmail.com. And if you want to correspond and ask questions, and I will answer the best that I can. Also, post a comment below on this video, and no problem with that. Any questions, anything else, just I could you can check me out on the Anonymous Liberty Media podcast, on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Castbox, Breaker, Google Podcast, Overcast, Radio Republic, Pocket Cast, Stitcher, and Bullhorn. You can also check me out on Minds, MeWe, Holness, Parlor, BitChute, Grumble, and Smup, Tumblr. Also on Twitter, Facebook, and here on YouTube. And so again, the alternative media is rising, man. Alternative independent media is rising, and the dinosaur legacy media is fucking dying. It's time to rise for the alternative independent media. And tell you what, man, I know we're all tired of fake news, and we want the news that is true from the heart and honest. Of course, we know we ain't gonna get that from the mainstream media. We'll get that only from the alternative media, like Breitbart, OANN, RT, Sputnik, and Breitbart. Also, you can get it on the Next News Network, Mark Dice, and AMTV with Christopher Green. And also Joe Wayne on the Anti-COINTELPRO show. Check out that channel. Also check out Tim Pool's channel and Timcast on Minds. And also you want to check out the channel of the Worldwide Resistance Network, TWWRN. You can also check out the TWWRN Twitter page at twitter.com/TWWRN. You can also check out the facebook.com/the TWWRN ALM Revolution page on Facebook, and also check out the Anonymous Liberty Media at facebook.com/Anonymous Liberty, LIBERTRY Media, MEDIA. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Grandmaster Evan. I'm the founder of the Anonymous Liberty Media. And with allegiance with the Worldwide Resistance Network, also known as TWWRN. And if you're new to this channel, please leave a like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. And if you got the transmission, you are the resistance. Again, I am Grandmaster Evan. Knowledge is free. If you don't like it, and you ain't down with that, we got 3 words for you. Go fuck yourself. Peace out. Revving out.